Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are. Appreciate you dropping in today. We're getting started with our stream here. We're going from level 1 all the way to 90 over the course of time with this particular character. And they are currently at level 35. However, the story is only around level 20 or so because of the Road to 80 buff that is currently on this particular server. Now, last time we did a lot of crafting and gathering to get them up to the level 20 area, and today hopefully we'll be doing a little bit more adventuring, getting the story moved along. Now we're at that point where we can progress more on the story, but then we'll also have to spend more time working on crafters and gatherers as we go along too, more than likely. So anyways, let's get going. Last time we met the Sylphs, and let's see, we've got to go over and speak with Comuxio, it looks like, today. Yeah, one slight perk in some ways about being so over-leveled is we can just run through most of the monsters in these areas since we're more than 10 levels above them now. We got our chocobo as well, so we can ride him around. And you're always welcome to drop a comment in the chat. I'll be happy to respond if you'd like a response. Or if you just want to lurk, by all means, do that as well. Make it your space too. Just enjoy yourself and enjoy the atmosphere. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? Blah, 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 blah. This one sees steel walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes, and go walking deep, deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes a mark. Right there. This is where steel ones hide, this one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones, yes? I guess I will. Alright, let's see. Oh, there we go. Here's the purple area here. That Nash just flying around there like, hey, what up, bro? Alright, well, we found out something there, I guess. Dancing One is back. This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something? Why, yes I did. Dancing One found paper inside of box. This is a message from Empire? This one can read Walking One's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes, this one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping ones selling secrets to steal walking ones? This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friend to these ones. And another level. Brotherly love. Oh, 22. Helpful One arrives at a good time. This one needs Helpful One's help. One of these ones, named Claxio, ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful One must find Claxio. Okay. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. All right, I will hurry. What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solace? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a Primal One. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One. Aww. He not happy. Well, here's a story. What? Claxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful One must hurry. Hurry and find Claxio. Helpful One should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful One to Claxio. But hurry! Hurry before touched ones take Claxio away. All right. I am liable to be out of practice dodging things since I don't have to worry about them in this area. Here we go, another glowing event point. And let's see, it will cap us at level 26. Meddling One is back. This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Comuxio that this one will never go back. Never! Oh? Touched ones should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Anne. These Sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Rama. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these Sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. All right, well, here we go. Papa Emo. Healing yourself. Taking this. Somebody who that's who I should be taking. Run away, little marble. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio, this one has been worried, so very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Comuxio, and Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills this one with joy. Comuxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like touched ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one, this one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Comuxio and friendly ones. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful One saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... What's the scoop with Elder One? Mount Speed and Middle Lenaska, Lower Lenaska, Central Shroud, East Shroud, Western Than, Central Than. Increased. Alright, so we can ride our chocobo faster in some areas now. Spirited Away. This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one made promise to take Kind One to see Elder One, yes? But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went into forest yesterday but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into the forest but never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of a walking one named Buscaron. Buscaron may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buscaron, but walking ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscaron for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania live many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to Gridania and ask fellow Kind Ones for help. And please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. So let's see, back to the adder's nest there. And welcome if you're just joining us this morning, afternoon, evening. We're moving on with the story today. We're currently at level 36 now, but the story's only at level 22. My gear, that's level 20. There's a level 21 piece there. A lot of level 15 stuff and some real low level jewelry. We might need to gear up a little bit. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fare your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? The Elder's gone missing, you say? Why, if he were to end up in the hands of the Tempered Ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure the Sylphs that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon... Oh, sorry about that. Call upon Jamolko at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the Wood Whalers are needed in the search effort. All right. Well, let's see. Maybe I can craft myself a little bit of gear first here. Crafters aren't high enough to make level 35, 36 stuff, I don't believe. So what we will do, we'll see what we can craft. See, Weaver would typically craft some things here. We can get stuff about level 25 or so. That would be good. Oops. Back to Thaumaturge here. For our body piece, level 32, 31. That's crafter stuff. Gatherer. Velveteen Cowl. I don't know if we can make velveteen yet. We should be able to, but I don't know if I have the materials. Let's see here. I need to buy me some dew thread. Got the cotton yarn. Let's see, what about dew thread here? How expensive is it on this server? Holy cow. Well, let's see. I wonder how much dynamite web is. Yeah, there's not much of that available here, and it's really expensive. Alright, well, anyhow. Velveteen cowl. We need to make 4 undyed velveteens. Let's see how we can do that. Level up our crafters that we use a little bit. Not have to take so much time. Next time we do a leveling spree on them. Got 3 of those. Alright, let's see if we can make this velveteen cowl. Got some dye here. Ice blue. We got some ice blue on us here. Alright, and let's see what other pieces here. We got our hands. Let's see some legs. Level 27 velveteen tights. Yeah, right there. 2 undyed velveteen cloths for that. For them. I'm going to put that there. And then let's see, let's go ahead and see if we can make some footwear, and we'll leave it at that. Would be good here. Looks like goatskin boots would be a good one to do for now. Leather worker. Maybe I don't know if we got those. I should have checked. Looks like, oh, I can't make those yet. We better check whether we have access to the recipe yet. Crafting method, yep, we're not high enough level, so we could make some, let's see, what's next? Goatskin duckbills, maybe? Yeah, we can do that. We need an undyed velveteen for that one as well. And I'll go leather. Okay, goatskin duckbills. There they are, goatskin duckbills. And owl goat leather. Kinda excellent. Alright, that should help our level a bit. Our item level anyway. Alright, so we got to speak with Giamolco at Bent Branch Meadows. I think I'll just ride over there. I believe our riding speed's a little higher here now. A message from Commander Hulwa, you say. The Sylph Elder has vanished? Worry not, friend. The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf, behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. Speak with Buscaron at Buscaron's Druthers. Alright. We can just ride down here. There's some ether ice we might want as well. No important quests here, it looks like. There's Ida and Puffy. Well met, adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of... Not here to fill your belly, then. Ah, a hunger for news, is it? Aye, there's been talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it be the elder you seek. Those woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk would struggle to tell two of them apart. If you've the time, mayhap you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know, you might even stumble across this sylph elder yourself. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscaron in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight, and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls, though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead if they wish, but as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my boot down. All right, buddy. You causing trouble? What are you staring at? You want to keep them eyes in your face? How about this? Ugh, Nofica's teats. That's cold. What do you mean, no fighting? This Duskwhite scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin, for now. Yeah, they look like they're taking a beating, huh? Nicely done, Anne. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is a Duskwhite Ellison. There are people who shun cities to live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwhites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them, and it don't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? What did I got? I got a chicken egg. Alright. Never forget, level 23. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There's a Kickerin friend of mine, you see, name of Tetarun. A good lad. He was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my druthers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out on his own, he did, and not long after cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lanaska. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his, this scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left, so I'd like to see that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. A Rogadin fellow named Bainsing. You can find him on Hawker's Alley in Limsa Lominsa. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. Okay, well, let's see. Before we go there, leaves. Ah, there we go. My feisty little chocobo, since we're at least level 30 now. We can knock that out so we don't have to, so we can use our chocobo later. Let's see. And I need to get some Aetherites first. Let's run over here to the one to the east. We'll grab that one, and then we'll come back, double back, and go down here and get this, my little chocobo quest, which is here. And our riding speed is slow in this zone still. So we're doing job, get crafters and gatherers stories, non-skipped. Also picking up any important quests that might help us out along the way. Tag this chocobo, keep in just in case we want to ride him. Sometimes we could be lazy and just let the chocobo take us wherever instead of directing ours. we should be running into some higher level monsters, since that quest is level 30. Keep an eye out here. Yep, there's one, a condor. He's gonna aggro us if we get in his sight. This should be the one, I believe. Yep, my feisty little chocobo. The unmistakable smell of chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle-trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Lukalot over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. Alright, well, let's go talk to them. Using up our tickets there. Greetings, adventurer. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat? This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Yeah, maybe. Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of Gizal greens, or Gizal greens. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. Have you acquired the greens? Yep. Superb, then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of Gizal greens. They love the leafy vegetable so much, in fact, that they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you, and then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortom family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of Gizal greens, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The brood Ziz that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of Gizal greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. Alright, so let's go check out this resident vendor. Who is that? Is it Gustavin? Oh, over here. There they are. Feather trader. that's not it. Let's see, what other... where can I get some? There's there. Well, I've got one bunch. Let's see. Gotta go over there. And I'm gonna drag this down to the hot bar there. Oh, there's a merchant and mender. Let's see if they have any items. Nope. Weapons, tools, battle gear, field gear. Nope. Well, heck. Alright, we'll have to go into town, I guess, and get some. Alright, so let's call him out. Well, let's see. That should work. Let's see, let's try him. Chocobo, level 1. Let's see if we can give him a skill. And I will make him a healer type. Give him mostly healer skills, I think. With any luck, we can keep this. He can just heal us. So, you have successfully negotiated your first few battles with your chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another. Through some experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, I have one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your chocobo. carrying Gazal greens about can be quite cumbersome after all, and there should be sufficient room for your personal belongings should the need arise. I pray it serves you well on your travels. Alright, so now we can use our chocobo bag. Yeah, I need to put some extra stuff in there for now. And I think we had, yeah, we've got some dyes we might just stash there for the time being. Prisms. Alright, tickets and Janelane's token. These Cascadier uniform tokens we'll use later. Oh yeah. And some Fantasias, which we got for being a member for so long. And what do we got here? Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets, right? We need those. Alright, resort everything. Alright, let's see. Next to Hawker's Alley. Now we need to speak with Parnell in Old Gridania there. Get that quest finished off, I guess. Oh, and I can get some Gazal greens right here. Plenty of those. Greetings, madam. I have been expecting you. The retainer you rescued was most effusive in her praise. Retainers are, of course, permitted to refuse a venture when they determine to be too dangerous. Alas, this particular young woman is new to the profession and was thus easily persuaded by her employer to accept. Beg your pardon? You would like to know more about ventures? Certainly, it would be my pleasure to explain. In cooperation with the Adventurers Guild, we have established a new system through which retainers may be dispatched to procure items for their employers. Should you wish to avail yourself of this additional service, you will need to pay your retainer in advance with ventures, scrip issued by the Adventurers Guild. Here, pray accept these complimentary ventures with my thanks. Bear in mind that most retainers lack the skill to carry out all but the most menial of tasks. Of course, as they grow more experienced, that will change. If this sounds daunting, let me assure you that it's simple in practice. Why not speak with your retainers and see what they think? Give jobs to our retainers, it sounds like. Get them out on ventures and the like. Alright, now to Hawker's Alley. You found your way to Hawker's Alley, friend. A kickern? What worked at the Druthers? Aye, you speak of Tetarun. Related to that Kilkirun bloke just over there by some blood or another. Two of them put in together and were making good coin, but old Tetarun up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Kyokurun himself. He can be tight-lipped, though. I warn you, best to take this chicken egg with you. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send a venturer along. Too shy to come his own self. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. Customer be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Kyokurun busy with business. Too busy for blather. How about if I give you a fresh chicken egg? Chicken egg! Kyokurun love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Looking for Tetrarun? Tetrarun no here no more. Tetrarun leave Limsa. Tetrarun go look for sparklies. Now working at Trading Post. Good Trading Post. Forget where Trading Post is. Weinberg no Tetrarun. Weinberg no Trading Post. Weinberg at Ferry Docks. You go to Ferry Docks. Kyokurun forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokurun. Okay. I'll go talk to Weinberg, not Kyokurun. Tetrarun, aye, I seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north, by way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Aldfoot. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about a great many things. All right. Passage to Aleport. Spend 40 gil, sure. There's old Aldfoot. Tetrarun, aye, I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by his fellow Kickern. I reckon he meant the one right on the shore of Bronze Lake, Memorune's trading post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. Okay, thank you, buddy. Let's see. And if you're just joining us, welcome. We appreciate you dropping in to check out the stream. We're taking our character all the way from level 1 to level 90 through the story, including crafters and gatherers, without skipping anything related to those. At least not on purpose. We're currently level 36 here as a thaumaturge. We haven't even done our job quests past level 25 at this point. The story is only 22 right now. When we get close to that level, we'll pick up our job quests again. We're such high level because of this Road to 80 buff that has been applied to this particular server, since it's a new data center in North America, as well as a bunch of new servers with it. But just kick back, relax, drop a line in the chat if you'd like. I'll be happy to respond when I can, or you can just lurk. We welcome everybody to just chill and have a good time with us, and make it your own space as well. Customer be welcome. Not customer, not come with custom. Bring something for Tetrarun? Yes, your scarlet earring. Tetrarun, forget this. Forget it, druthers. Tetrarun swore would never forget earring, but never forgot. Tetrarun thank. Tetrarun thank. Good Buscaroon, doing good. Good Buscaroon, good to Tetrarun. Tetrarun miss good Buscaroon. Oh, there we could pick something, but I don't think we're going to need that. We'll keep it in case we move to a non-head and body piece here. Microbrewing, and we should get level 21 weapon coffer. Good Buscaroon helped Tetrarun. Tetrarun dead without good Buscaroon. Must give thankies. Many, many thankies. Tedderun make Kickern firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. You help Tedderun make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many, many thingies. Need curl pup whiskers. Need 3 good curl pup whiskers. Alright. Let's go see if we can grab those. Oh, here it is, over here. Alright, Chocobo can help us out. Oh, we're so high level, we're linking stuff now. Paralyzed. There we go. That's not bad. 2 of those. That's fine. I love this zone music. Music in this zone. So relaxing. Until you trigger the fate music anyways. Tedderun make firewater for Buscaroon. You bring thingies Tedderun needs? Here you go. You brought all thingies. Tedderun make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tedderun start making firewater now. Good firewater take time. More time, more good. You come back later. Weapon. Now we can use that. Tedderun make firewater. Good firewater. You take the Buscaroon. Good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tell Buscaroon no drink now. Put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Tedderun hopes Buscaroon happy. Tedderun gives Buscaroon thankies. Many, many thankies. You tell Buscaroon. Tedderun make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many, many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaroon. Alright. Now let's pour it on over there. chocobo keep too, just in case. And there's Ida and Papa Emo just hanging out there. Ah, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Tetaroon's belongings to him. What's this? For me? Kicker and Firewater. So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why, that old... Ah, bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back there? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? Aye, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's going to be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can make it through this bottle together. We don't need... Oh, maybe that will be an upgrade. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Those mitts will be an upgrade. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this was a place near to here, a place we've never known a Sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far, more than like the missing Sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. Alright, let's go check it out. Let's see here. Let's see whether one of the cons, one of the problems with being so over leveled now, our chocobo won't be getting any experience if we're more than 10 levels above whatever we're fighting. So that's going to take a while before we can get any levels, new levels on the chocobo. We'll have to fight stuff closer to our level. But they can help us take down things, whatever. Yeah. Good job, Choco. Let's go report to Buscarun. Oops. Did not mean to skip that. Here, we'll decline that. So, was there aught to be found in the wood? What did you come to? Garleans in this part of the Twelves Wood? First Sylphs and now Garleans, and all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the Sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase mayhap? But no, not this far into the forest. The Whalers' spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could they... Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and when the Whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. We made high quality pants, which are higher level than that, so we don't need those for a while. Nouveau riche. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone as was aiding the Garleans. Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. Will do. Can you not see I am on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights, if only the whalers paid men their worth. You! What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I am under attack. Okay. How did you just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. He just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Another glowing event point. Let's see, this will cap us at 27. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say! It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. Am proud, but they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty, but in the end, it is those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes, and I took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. Though you do not yet realize how much. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. Garleans, I brought the Hure bitch. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlemald? You would need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did ye? You there, Hure. You stand here at Old Busk's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. Alright, we got some buddies with us here. Alright, well, let's see. How has it come to this? Impossible! How did you best the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side? They are your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? Ah, but I know the answer only too well. Buscarron, this is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act, better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I am sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies. No more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I would like you to tell Buscarron. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says, "Thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes." Well, that's mighty big of him. Aye, Laurentius confessed to his crimes. I just had word from the Twin Adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Huh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Anne. The Sylph Elder has been found. Well, that's good news. Level 24 quest now. It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. His name is Phrixio, and he is the eldest among the Sylphs of Little Solace. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them, a small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon here called the 1,000 Maws of Totorak here in the South Shroud. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Phrixio was seen, and not long ago neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Phrixio. Poor Phrixio. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Totorak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking, entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, Walking Ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. Ah, the fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Phrixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the adder's nest and request assistance. Understood. Anne, go to the 1,000 Maws of Totorak and see that Phrixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph rests upon your success. All right. Let's go see what's going on. By order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as the 1,000 Maws of Totorak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside. And you are sure of this? How in the 7 hells did he manage to sneak by? God, strike me down for a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray, assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are ready. All right. And we'll use duty support, so we don't have to wait on a queue here. See how our duty support members do. And another thaumaturge. I wish they'd swap up the damage dealer slot there, but I guess it's going to be a thaumaturge every time with us here. Register for duty. And we'll be right back. We're just going to take a short break here. Won't be but just a minute or so, so hang tight and we'll get underway with this dungeon here shortly. Thanks for your patience. We're back now, so let's get this thing on the road. Down here and fight our way through some battles. Torturer's Monocle. Let's see. Interesting. It's not going to override. We can't wear any headpieces with this robe. That's going to do us for a while. Thank you, Silent Conjurer. Treasure coffer. A dungeon seedling. Oh boy. Wooden's trousers. Nope. Into our second boss battle here. Another level up. Aesthetics tights. Nope. If you're just joining us, welcome. We appreciate you dropping in to check out the stream. Let us know how you're doing. Drop a comment in the chat. If you've got a question, by all means, drop that in there too. I'll be happy to answer when I can. Of course, if you just like to lurk, that's perfectly all right. We welcome folks in this channel just to chill and enjoy themselves and check out the stream. Let me know if you have any other ideas. Take care. And we're making our way to the final boss fight. Crimson Tide. That's for Lancer, Dragoon. Mapping the realm. Okay, yeah, I forgot to check, but you know, that's easy, just straightforward.
Elko Hitra Buglo Hans.
The mighty slayer of Efreet comes now to me.
Seize that on Rajyadorn.
With a countenance that bespeaks understanding.
Thagon Welrog. Tosan Opaiki.
An intriguing power, the echo. I must needs choose my words with care.
Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The Dark Minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
got some half gloves. Those will be an upgrade. And it wanted to give us another one of those Lancer tools. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of little solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all, where is that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend? I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Rama will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a Sylph, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the Sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in reasonably good health when last I looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion, were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own God, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion, I can fair taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes, though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? In that alone were you right, Garland. But your star is long fallen while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord Van Baelsar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Ha 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 ha! Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know. What brings walking one to this place? Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding, then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Rama, then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Alright, so let's see. Report to Buscaron. Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Phrixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlene and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lass, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in so doing. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kickern firewater. That won't be... that's too low level for what we've got already. A simple gift. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace, this Azema rose oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. And we'll head over to Little Solace. A gift from Walking One Buscaron? A gift for these ones? Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception, but this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Level 24. Believe in your Sylph. This one has been expecting walking one. This one fetches elder one. This one is pleased to see walking one again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Anne. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Neuraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. Would that this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees. So, walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Rama. Put plainly, yes. Your people summoned the Lord of Leven but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Khan Asena, but be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Rama to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Rama was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled to Little Solace, with all those who did not wish to be bound to Lord Rama. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Rama. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Rama is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Rama's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Rama. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kan E Sena. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Rama to rest. That Sylph elder's very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this, and while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Anne. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Rama, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. Yay, another crystal. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. Alright, and we are up to 3 crystals now. And looks like over here we should go look out for the Touched Ones. Look out. There are tempered Sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Alright, back to the adder's nest. Ah, if it isn't Anne, how went the meeting with the Sylphs? Here's a letter from the Elder. A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So, the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Rama. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Excuse me. Level 24, back from the wood. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello? Hello, Anne? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papa Emo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done! Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Then let us go. Let's see. Use one of our handy tickets. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Anything else in this zone? Nothing else that looks of importance there yet. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Anne. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I am given to understand that the matter of Rama has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I have been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldessian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. It is good to see you again, Anne. I have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Rama from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania. Wait, I meant Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who lived near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Anne? Beg pardon? A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Eek! Tataru. A sylph? In Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one Anne. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, and drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Shadow of Darkness, level 24. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Anne. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Anne. Alright, go to the Hall of Flames. That's our free teleport there. And we might as well pick up our next job quest as well while we're here, since story's getting close to 25. The Masked Man. Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kikaran. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going. and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. All right. And let's head over to the Thaumaturge's Guild. I'm going to head to High Bridge. The Hidden Chapter. Ah, Anne, I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Kokobuki told us about that dreadful business with Kokobusi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokobuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty. I will be happy to. And long have I agonized over Kokobusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Mormo's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding that wretched void scent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. Well, that's convenient. We're headed that way anyway. See, nothing else to do here. No, I don't want to be a pugilist right now. Although that is a fun job. Enjoy that one. Okay, so where does it say to collect those chapters at? Alright, yeah, we have to ask around while we're there. Let's see, anybody inside here? There's one. You wish to learn of Mormo right this instant? But we barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating, even among the oddities of the void scent. She is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable host. You'll find it all explained here in the second chapter. Thank you, thank you. Here's another one. If you seek the definitive work on Mormo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of Eld to annihilate the soul of this especially potent void scent. When it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure. Thank you, thank you. And one more. Oh, there they are up there. You're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Of course, it would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the Void Scent. Here's the first chapter. mine own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. All right. And then let's see. Deliver the Book of Mormo to Kokobuki. Well, let's go do that. Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Mormo? Yes, I do. The histories unearthed in the ruins of Silda depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful voidsent, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Mormo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormo's enervated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous voidsent, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host should be a swift and decisive demise. This explains Mormo's fixation on thaumaturgicide. Kokobusi's body provided little arcane sustenance for the weakened voidsent, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of ether to restore her hideous power. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray, hand this work over to Kokobigo. I shall be along momentarily. Yo, Kokobigo. Whoops, wrong one. Oh, this is a work devoted to studying that nasty voidsent. I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. Kokobuki, these passages hold naught but misery and despair. It seems we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokobusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all. Who is this mad mage that poses as our eldest brother? What of avoiding the threats, of eliminating the risks? Is that not how we thaumaturges do battle? With each passing moment, Mormo draws ever closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Kokobuki, while the voidsent is yet feeble. I share the self-same sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon. Listen, brothers, for my solution is thus. In return for releasing Kokobusi from Mormo's thrall, I will offer the voidsent the chance to glut herself on my mana. You cannot! That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken all her terrible magics. The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry, and the newly enlivened voidsent, she will then face the combined wrath of Anne and 4 guildmasters of thaumaturgy. How can we hope to prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided such adversaries against whom we held no advantage. The fault lies with me, Ever have I encouraged such avoidance and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It is time we learned the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, Anne, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the yawning abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newer members. Undertake the trial found within, and show my brothers what it means to be brave. How can you ask such a thing of poor Anne when even her guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test? The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Anne, once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in the hallowed hall of Thal's Respite. And that's also up there near High Bridge. So good. That's convenient. Let's see. Let's run up there. Back to camp driving. Here's our story point. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? When the Order of Nalthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh endless beastman raids, folks are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out, but if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Thal, take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Aye, I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalin too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. On the trail of a masked man? Aye, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe, and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kickern raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kickern raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own excuse me. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. We get some salmon pink dye. Add that to our chocobo saddlebag. Level 25, where there is smoke. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kickern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So, what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Right, so we got 2 things up this way now. $28, $25. Alright, let's go in here and take care of our thaumaturge quest first. See if we can do this. Yep, it's a glowing event point. I regret having to drag you into our family's troubles, but I am confident that, with the many and terrible trials you have bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skills of a single thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence, and it will cap us at level 29. Okay. I'm gonna get my... There we go. Silence. Thanks, guys. Nice, I've got them looking out for me. I guess I should get some echo drops at some point. Got through that one. That could have been a disaster without any echo drops. Being without echo drops and those guys not helping me out. I cannot stop shaking, but I think this may actually be excitement. Do you see now, my brothers? With the primal energies of thaumaturgy at your command, there is no threat which you cannot overcome. Perhaps there is a chance to save Kokobusi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies. It seems we have been wasting our potential. I would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live. What a wonder Anne was. I feel my fingers itching to fling fire with a fury. Imagine, my siblings, what towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm, together. Thank you, Anne. Your inspiring display of magecraft has set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let us now return to the guild and discuss what is to come. All right, but first, we need to continue our main story. Get our chocobo out here too. Not that we'll need them. We'll be so over leveled. Use that smoldering coal. 25, way too low level. Kaboom. The Ward of the Destroyer. Back so soon, were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? I found this word of the Destroyer. This scroll! It bears a prayer to Ralgr the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgr is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Well, we can't continue the story if that's all we do. On to Little Alamigo. And more die. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So, it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo, over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, cull some friends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. And that's a new one, but that's near Ul'dah. And we've got to go back there for Thaumaturge's quest here. So let's finish that up. And our plan will be to finish this up, and we'll stay here in Ul'dah and finish off for the day. And next time we'll pick up with some crafting to get everybody up to 25, level 25. What a formidable team you all shall make. Kokobaigo, Kokobani, Kokobezi, Kokoboha, and even Mormo must wither before the onslaught of your combined thaumaturgy. But before we engage the Void Scent, perhaps some time is needed for my brothers to unlearn their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself into the chasm of your studies. Your fearless thaumaturgy is as a beacon to us all. And let's see, nothing that we can really use. Those glasses maybe can use later. I don't know. Let's try it. Gosh, already 40. Let's see. We'll pick up this level 30 just to see where we end up. We'll get a new skill, Man Award with that one. Fortune has favored us, and Kokobusi has been spotted at Vesper Bay. We cannot let this opportunity pass us by. Head there with all due haste, and with you, take these descriptions of my brother's likeness and Mormo's mannerisms. Relay this information to some of the local residents and see what you can find. Alright, well, we're not going to Vesper Bay today again, so let's head over to one of the crafters guilds. Weaver is already 25, so we'll head there first, and that's where we'll begin in our next stream on Thursday. So join us again Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. It'll be 6:30 in the morning Eastern time here. And we will see how fast we can get all our crafters and gatherers up to 25, hopefully within the course of one stream there. There, we'll just stop here for now. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.